Why do we yawn? You're sitting in a meeting. It's quiet. Suddenly, yawn. But why? You're not tired. You're not bored. It just happens. Yawning isn't just about sleep. It's one of our oldest, weirdest reflexes. One theory? It's your brain's air conditioner. Yawning cools the brain when it gets too hot. Another theory? It keeps you alert, like a biological coffee sip. Even animals do it. Dogs, cats, chimps, they all yawn. But here's the strangest part. Yawns are contagious. Even reading the word yawn might make you. Some scientists think it's social bonding, like empathy, but with open mouths. Babies in the womb yawn. Blind people yawn when others do. Yawns might be our weirdest nonverbal signal. They could say, "I'm sleepy," or "let's stay awake," or nothing at all. And yes, you're probably yawning right now. So what's the truth? We don't fully know, but it connects brains, cools heads, and builds bonds. Sometimes your body speaks without words, and yawning might be its oldest language. So next time you yawn, don't fight it. You're just doing what humans do, even if it makes the whole room yawn too. Now, if you'll excuse us, yeah. Why do we sneeze? You're sitting quietly, then achoo! But why does this happen? What's the point of a sneeze? Sneezing is your body's cleaning crew. When something irritates your nose, dust, pollen, even pepper, your body freaks out. Your brain sends the command, launch the sneeze. Your chest, throat, and lungs all join the mission. Then, boom! Air explodes out at 100 miles per hour. A sneeze can shoot thousands of droplets into the air. That's why you cover your mouth, or at least you should. Sneezing is a defense mechanism, a biological security alarm, and it's ancient. Dinosaurs probably sneezed, even your dog does. But here's something weird. Bright sunlight can make you sneeze. This is called the photic sneeze reflex. Scientists still don't fully get it. Ever held in a sneeze? Bad idea. It can send pressure back into your head. Ouch! One sneeze can travel farther than you think, up to 26 feet. And yes, sneezing too much can make you tired. So the next time you sneeze, thank your body for the cleanup. It's not just noise, it's a microscopic germ-launching rocket. And now that you know, bless ya, why do we hiccup? You're eating, laughing, then suddenly, hic! But why does this strange thing happen? Hiccups start deep inside your chest. The diaphragm is a big muscle under your lungs. It helps you breathe. But sometimes it goes rogue, spasms out of nowhere. When it spasms, air rushes into your lungs super fast. Your vocal cords slam shut, snap, and that's the hiccup sound, hic. So, what triggers it? Eating too fast? Yep. Swallowing air with your soda? Guilty. Even laughing too hard can set it off. Sometimes stress or excitement sparks them too. Most hiccups stop on their own, eventually, but people invented tricks. Hold your breath, drink water upside down. Does scaring someone really work? Maybe, maybe not. World record hiccups? 68 years. Yes, years. In rare cases, hiccups mean something serious, but that's rare. Fun fact, even babies hiccup in the womb. So hiccups are a reflex and a mystery scientists still study. Next time you hiccup, just smile. Your body's doing a weird little dance. Why do our stomachs growl? You're in a quiet room and suddenly your stomach roars like a lion. But why does this happen? It's called borborygmy, fancy word for stomach growling. And it's not just your stomach, your intestines join the party too. Here's what happens inside. Your digestive muscles squeeze food along the tract. That's called peristalsis. Even when the stomach's empty, the muscles keep squeezing. That squeezing pushes air and leftover fluids around. When air moves and walls vibrate, you hear growling. Hunger makes it louder. Why? When you're hungry, your brain tells your stomach, get ready for food. So the muscles squeeze harder, air sloshes more, noise increases. Sometimes it happens after eating too. That's normal. It even happens when you sleep. Quiet, but still there. Animals do it too. Even your dog has tummy rumbles. Fun fact, louder growls don't mean you're hungrier. They just mean there's more air inside the intestines. Some people try to stop it by drinking water, but honestly, it's harmless, just your body doing its job. So next time your belly growls in a meeting, blame science. Why do we blink so often? Your eyes are open, then shut, then open again. Blink. We do it about 15 to 20 times a minute. But why do we blink so much? First reason, blinking keeps your eyes moist. When you blink, eyelids spread tears across the surface. This prevents dryness and keeps vision clear. Second reason, blinking removes tiny dust and dirt. Third reason, blinking is a mini brain break. When you blink, your brain resets attention for a split second. That's why we blink more when reading or staring at screens. Average person blinks 14,000 times a day and over 5 million times a year. But here's a fun fact. Babies blink way less. Babies blink only 2 times per minute. Why? Their eyes stay moist longer and their brain isn't multitasking yet. Fun fact 2, you blink less when focusing hard, like gaming, and more when you're tired or bored. Blinking is also a secret social signal. If someone blinks a lot, they might be nervous or lying. So next time you blink, remember, it's not random. It's survival, focus, and even social strategy. Why do we laugh? Every culture, every language, every corner of the planet, people laugh. But why? It's not like laughter feeds us or shelters us. Scientists think laughter is one of the oldest social tools we have. Before we spoke words, laughter told others, I'm friendly, I'm safe. Even today, we laugh more in groups than alone. In fact, most laughter isn't about jokes at all. It's about bonding, tiny social glue holding us together. But laughter isn't just human. Apes pant when they play, an ancient cousin of our giggle. Rats, they squeak when tickled. So maybe laughter started as a play signal. We're safe, let's keep going. Inside your brain, laughter is chaos. It triggers endorphins, those feel-good chemicals. It can even lower stress and pain. But laughter has a dark side. We also use it to mock, exclude, or intimidate. And sometimes we laugh when we're nervous or at the worst possible moments. So why do we laugh? To connect, to cope, to survive. And maybe because life's too strange not to. Why do we get goosebumps? You know that weird bumpy feeling on your skin when you're cold or suddenly freaked out? Those are goosebumps, and they have a surprisingly ancient purpose. When you get goosebumps, tiny muscles at the base of each hair contract. This makes your hair stand up straight. For animals, this traps heat and makes them look bigger to predators. For humans, well, we lost most of our fur a long time ago. So now, goosebumps don't really keep us warm anymore. But the reflex still triggers in cold weather. It also happens when you're scared. That's because it's part of your fight or flight response. Adrenaline floods your body, preparing you to either fight the threat or run away. And then there's the emotional goosebump, the chills you get from music or a powerful moment. Scientists think this comes from the same ancient system. Back then, emotional arousal could be a survival signal to your tribe. So whether it's cold air, fear, or your favorite song, goosebumps are a leftover from our hairier ancestors, a tiny automatic reminder that we're still running ancient software. They're pointless for warmth, but perfect for giving you chills when it matters. Why do we cry when we're sad? Tears. They're salty drops of water, but also tiny emotional messages. When we cry from sadness, we're not just leaking, we're communicating. Scientists call these emotional tears. They're different from the tears you get from cutting onions. Onion tears just wash irritants out of your eyes, but sadness tears are packed with stress hormones. When you cry, your body might be trying to flush out emotional overload. Crying also triggers people around you to notice and care. It's like an ancient social signal. I'm in distress. Please help me. Even babies use tears to get comfort. And here's the weird part. Crying might actually make you feel better. That's because it activates your parasympathetic nervous system. This is your body's rest and recover mode. Still, not every cry is a relief cry. Sometimes crying just means you're still hurting. But in both cases, tears connect your inner world to the outer one. They show others what words sometimes can't. They tell the truth, raw, unfiltered, human. We cry when we're sad because we're built to be seen. And sometimes that's all the healing we need. Why do we stretch after waking up? You wake up, yawn, and without even thinking, stretch your arms and legs. This morning ritual has a name, pandiculation, and it's not just a human thing. Cats, dogs, even reptiles do it. So why do we all do it? While we sleep, our muscles are still, blood flow slows down. Stretching jumpstarts circulation again. It also wakes up your nervous system. Those big, slow stretches send signals to the brain, hey, time to move. Muscles that have been inactive need to reset their tension and length. Without it, you'd feel stiff and clumsy. Stretching after waking is also a leftover survival instinct. In the wild, animals need to be ready to run, hunt, or escape right after resting. Your brain still thinks you might need to do the same. Stretching also triggers the release of feel-good chemicals like endorphins. That's why it feels so satisfying. And yes, yawning often comes along for the ride. Together, they prepare your body and mind for the day ahead. Pandiculation is basically nature's built-in startup button. You can skip coffee for a morning, but not your stretch. So next time you wake up, stretch proudly. It's millions of years of evolution at work. Why do we shiver when we're cold? You know that weird dance your body does when it's freezing outside? That's shivering, your body's built-in space heater. When your body temperature drops, your brain sends an emergency signal. It tells your muscles, move, make heat. Shivering is just tiny, rapid muscle contractions. Each contraction burns energy, and that releases heat. It's not much heat, but in survival mode, every degree counts. In extreme cold, shivering can burn hundreds of calories an hour. But there's a catch. Shivering burns fuel fast, and you can run out of energy. That's why hypothermia is so dangerous. In the final stages, shivering can actually stop. Your body gives up on making heat to save energy for vital organs. Some animals take shivering to the next level. Birds fluff their feathers and shiver to trap warm air. Humans just get goosebumps. And then we grab a blanket. Or we just stand there shaking until our teeth hurt. So next time you're shivering, thank your muscles. They're keeping you alive, one tiny shake at a time.